In this video, I'm going to explain how to compile custom weapon models for Insurgency using Blender and the files I've provided. You'll also need the Blender source tools, and obviously you need Insurgency, and that's all. So we'll start straight away. I'm replacing the TOS shotgun with Agent 95's KS23, which is like a bigger shotgun. So we'll just open up the file straight away. This is the file I've provided along with all the other weapon models. As you can see, it's got the weapon here and the skeleton. If you go into layer 3, it's got arms as well, just for showing off. If we go into camera view, we can start just previewing some of the animations. See, they all work nicely. So what we want to do is go to a new layer and append our model. Got it here. And we want to move into place to be the right size. Go to the armature and put it on rest mode, rest position. Keeps things simple, doesn't move around too much, and that way we can move our new model into place. And try and get it the right size too. Kind of short, but that. There we go. So now it's roughly in place. Handle's probably going to be a wee bit of a problem with the animations with it being such a different shape, but they probably won't notice. Next thing we need to do is copy the vertex strips from this one onto the new one. So I'm going to duplicate it, move it out of the way, about 5. I'm going to remove all the vertex strips I don't need. That's a custom script, but I'll include that with the files. So now you see there's really only a few vertex strips to worry about. I'm going to move this back down and move this shell over to match as well. It doesn't really need to be exact, it'll be close enough. You can always move it again after we see what the animations are like. So yeah, move this out of the way a wee bit and combine them. We're going to select the trigger, select our new trigger, assign, then hide it. Shell door, that's this bit here, hide it. The pump, the last moving part really. Yep, just assign, that'll do. And the last bit is the shells, which is a bit more complicated because I've only got one but they've got several. So shell is this one, and then the shell 2 and shell 3, which are hiding up there. So I'll copy this, move it over to the same position theirs is in, the original is in rather, which is in here, roughly. I'm going to remove that from shell because it's already assigned to shell. You don't want it assigned to more than one vertex groups because you'll get strange things going on for your animation. Move that up a wee bit so it's not clicking through. And I'm going to duplicate it, Shift D and click, and assign it to shell 2. Hide that one, select this one again, and assign it to shell 3. That's that done. So now if we go to materials and select our original, all of it, you can just delete it, because we don't need it anymore. Now if we go back to this, take it off of rest position, back to pose position, it's not animated. That's because I don't have the armature modifier. So there we go, set the armature modifier on, select that, and there we go. I forgot the last vertex group. So, select all of these ones first of all, because we don't want to assign them to weapon. We want them to keep their current assignments. Hide that, and select everything else, and assign that to weapon. There we go, sorted. So that works now. Check the material on this, what's named. It's got the materials from the old one copied over because I joined them together, but we don't need them anymore, so just delete them. So this material is named KS23. That's good because I've already set up my material folder with a material called KS23. Sorted. So now all we have to do is export it. Well, not all, but we'll see. So if we go to our source engine export, that's the Blender source tools bit, we can make sure everything's right. So export path, that's fine, that's where my folder is. Engine path, that's your bin folder, bin Insurgency 2. Obviously mine's set up already. If you click on actions and your subfolder VTOS anims, that's fine. Action filter, I've got an asterisk there, which means it will export every action, which is what we need. And the QC path, I will select our QC. Now if I go to Window, Toggle System Console, that will help us see what happens when we do export it. But before then, I want to go back to my QC file and make sure everything's right there. So, model name, Weapons VTOS. That's the model we're going to replace in Insurgency. Perfect. Body Group Weapons Studio VTOS Reference. That's the model that we are exporting. However, that's not the name of my model. The name of my model is just KS23. So I'm going to rename it to fit with the naming scheme. I'm going to call it VKS23 Reference. Copy and paste that. And there we go. So that's that. Also the CD materials, that's the original one's going to get rid of that, change it to PS23. Apart from that, I think that's everything. You can see VTOS anims there. As long as that matches up with here, we're fine. I could rename them all to VKS23, but it really doesn't matter. The other thing is the object origin. You can see this wee orange dot here. That's where in the middle of nowhere. That'll cause problems. Just go apply location, that'll put it back there. You can also do scale. I don't think it has any effect, but it's nice to have it all be 111. So now, if we go to export, as I said before, we've got our system console on, so we can see what happens when we export. Selected objects, that's the model and the armature, so it does all the animations as well. And I've got compile all and export turned on. You might like to turn that off if you're troubleshooting, but it should be fine. And now we watch it compile. As you see, it's exported everything so far. Let's wait and see what nice error message we get. Oh, ta-da! It worked perfectly. No problems. So, we can now test this. Find where it's exported to, which is Insurgency folder. You see there's a models folder. That wasn't there before. If we go in, models, weapons, VTOS. That's our new model. So we need to cut and paste this because it won't do anything there. Into custom, and I've got a folder here, KS23, put it there. Now if we go to launch HL model viewer, or you can launch it separately if you want, that's the easiest way to find it. Take a wee second to load, here we go. File, load model. Go back to where you just put it, Insurgency, custom, KS23, models, weapons, VTOS. There it is, that's the original DOS. Why has that happened? Let's see. Oh, I'm an idiot. I do this every time. I forgot to save this file. Right, save the file. And now we can just compile it. VTOS, watch it compile again. Because it has exported our file, it just compiled the previous version, which was really dumb. But I feel like I do that every single time. So, again, we've got a models folder. Copy it into there. Replace. HL model viewer. Refresh. There we go. That's our model. Obviously, the materials are completely wrong. So let's have a look at this. Where's my BMT? Oh yeah, I didn't actually set this up properly. This is another material that I've copied, so I need to replace everything with KS23. So that should do it, because I usually keep all my files named the same way. There we go, that looks nice. If we go into view model mode, go to sequence and choose base idle, you can see that's how it works, or base ready is usually. It looks nice. You know what? I want to make that slide move back when he pumps it. So, vertex groups, select this bit. That looks nice. I want that to move back and forth, so I'm going to remove that from weapon and assign it to pump. So that when he does pump it, that slides back too. And now because I've changed that, I will need to re-export it all. I think I could just re-export the reference, but I'm not quite sure. It never hurts to just do the whole thing. So there we go. Now we get to watch this happen again. You can make a cup of tea just now if you want. It might take a while. There we go. That's us. HLNB, which I don't know why I closed. Recent models, because there it goes. So now we'll test it in game. Make sure everything looks right there. So creature, toss. There we go. That's our cool new gun. All these sites seem to line up pretty well. That's pretty much just a coincidence because I didn't change it. You'll see the suppressor is way off to one side. I'll need to fix that. The laser sight as well. Foregrip actually looks okay. There we go. Looks great. It's massive. You can see also that's the rail from the normal TOS. I guess added automatically. So
there's a heavy insurgent presence in this area. We've been ordered to clear it. Move through, secure the objectives, and destroy any weapon caches you find. Watch for counterattacks. Don't fuck up, stay focused.
That's definitely all the animation's working. It's shooting at me already. See, the iron sights are a bit off. I haven't actually changed them. So it still aims it like it's the old shotgun. We'll go back to fix that in a second. I get killed anyway, so that'll do. So that's the few things we need to change, is the attachment points and the iron sights animation. So we'll go for the iron sights first. We go to pose mode and go to delta iron. See, put the arms on as well. That's the animation for aiming. So you just need to bring that down a bit until it matches up. Yeah, almost. So I'm going to bring it up until the front sight is in line. And move it off to the left a wee bit. And then I'm going to rotate the whole thing down to make it actually line up. I've got my second view here. So get my cursor there so it'll rotate where I want it to. And then put it down slowly. So it lines up nicely. Let's be careful here. There we go. And I'm going to copy this angle that I've rotated it as, 0.955. The reason for that is because I need to re-rotate the A muzzle iron sight bone, because that's the bone that chooses where the laser dot sight goes. And if it's rotated, it doesn't really matter where you put it, it'll still just always be wrong. So I'll go back to that, I rotate that, whatever. Go to median point first, so it rotates around itself. And then I'm going to paste in that angle I rotated at and make it negative instead. If you made the first rotation negative, obviously you make this one positive. So that's back to the initial rotation where it's not rotated at all. And then I'm also going to put it right here, and that means the laser dot will still line up to the right place. So now select every bone, hit I, lock rot, make sure you're on frame 0, because if you do it at a different frame, it won't do anything, or it'll slowly blend over to it, which will look really weird and not helpful. But that's that. That's your iron sight animation sorted. So the next step is to fix those weird attachment points. So there's the muzzle. That's where the muzzle blast comes from. You didn't really notice anything wrong with that, but whatever. May as well move it. And the suppressor needs to move as well. So suppressor and suppressor muzzle. Move that. I'll move the laser, flashlight, and the barrel back as well. And it's really easy to move these to place because they just need to go at the front of the barrel. That'll do it. The laser and the underbarrel ones, they'll probably take some more trial and error to get perfectly, but it'll probably be fine. The foregrip as well, that's a bit more complicated to move because obviously the animation of the guy holding it, if you move it away, forward, or back, you'll need to change that animation too, which is very involved. So usually you can move it a wee bit, or you can move it up and down a wee bit, and it doesn't look too bad. But if you're doing any big changes, it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm going to leave it there. Apart from that, there's the optic in the mod kit. As we saw before, that rail was sticking right through. So I'm going to move this up a wee bit. And that's them all moved. You move them in edit mode. If you move them in pose mode, it won't do anything, or it'll animate them, which is not what you want. And yeah, that's that. The other thing is, put this back to stick mode. All the delta anims for the sights, like the LCAN and the aim point. I'm going to copy these from the iron sights because I want that same pose, roughly. So for example, the aim point, if I leave it like that, the same as the iron sights, it'll be way too high. And so it's a lot of trial and error to get them to be placed correctly. But I do now have a wee model that helps remember where I put it. Insurgency. There we go. Sites reference. So this is a wee model that I've made that is about the height of all the sites. Put that in a helpful place so you can actually see what it says. It's got LCAN, Cobra, aim point, and a wee cross where the point of aim is for each of them. And what you want to do is put that at the location of the optic bone. So I've got cursor selected on that one, on the optic, and then selection to cursor. Then I want to attach this to the same bones and apply location. And now if I go to, say, ready, see it is attached, it's animated and all that. So go back to my deltas, to aim point, pose mode again, select everything. Now I want to line up where it says aim point, and aim point and aim point two times are almost exactly the same places each other. I'm just going to put that there, and then move muzzle iron sight up as well. So remember, that's where the laser prep was. So select all, lock crop, and that hopefully, if I've done it right, should get the point of aim for the aim point bang on. So move this away again. So now select my model, select my bones, save my file just in case, and export and compile. And now we play another waiting game. That should do it. Red dot is the aim point, so that's the one I want to choose. Then go our suppressors in the right place again. Forward on as well. Well, pistol on, sure. Oh, that looks good. Said the right hand is out of place because pistol grip's in a different position.
There's a heavy insurgent presence in this area. We've been ordered to clear it. Move through, secure the objectives,
see the rails there in the right place. Moved it up.
Watch for counterattacks.
Suppressor's in the right place. We moved the aim point up as at the same time as we did the rail, so
everyone get ready to move.
Oh, I didn't put a laser sight on. Right. I want to put a laser sight on because that way we can tell that the dot and the red dot line up with each other. And they do! Ah, perfect. Right. And then shoot right in the center there. So that way we know where we're aiming is where we're heading. Let's see, something far away. Let's go up and see if we actually hit that. Try to get a shot for that. Yes, we did. So the aim is perfect. All the animations are working. They should be anyway. Let's see. Down and iron down are working. Sprint, roll, shoot that guy. So there we have it. Your finished working model. I haven't gone over world models because they're very simple. It's just the same as compiling any prop. It should all be pretty obvious just on decompiling it. Yeah, as you can see, because we haven't replaced the world model, it's just the plain one from before. We also haven't replaced that rail because it looks fine, to be honest. It might get in the way of iron sights, so I'll go and have a look. Yeah, it kind of gets in the way of the iron sights, but that's just kind of a price we have to pay. If we had a custom theatre mod, we could choose whether or not to have a rail on, so we could take it off when there's no iron sight, when there's no attachments, and put it on when we do have attachments. But we can't do that in the base game, so I'm just going to leave it like that. If you compiled it for the other shotgun, the M590, that does have a rail that comes on and off while you've got iron sights, so you can do it that way. It's very easy to compile for a different model. If you just go back to your QC file, that's the text file that tells it how to compile. All you have to change is the model name, and here, right up the top, VTOS. If you change that to M590, it will replace the M590. You could probably replace it, try and replace other different guns, but with a shotgun you'd probably have bad luck. But anyway, that's how you do that. So congratulations, you're now an expert, just like me. Thanks.